Thanks for your time, Mr. Kera. Could you please share your views on startup ecosystem in India currently? How is it faring? Do you see a downfall coming in now?
Well, when you say now per se is you are connecting it to the demonetization with it. That's why we're saying it now. But I would say that because of the demonetization, there has been a general slowdown, no doubt about that. It has impacted our transportation, our entire economy.
Right.
It has slowed down, no doubt, and which was expected regardless.
Right.
But I think the startups, they were not dependent on the demonetization to begin with. So I think people who are into it and they are innovative, and especially now, the way things are happening with the speed of change, products are getting obsolete the day they're getting launched, and knowledge is getting obsolete within 2 to 3 years. See, look at engineering graduate, by the time they get to the 4th year, what they learned in the 1st year became obsolete. Medicine, same thing. By the time they got in the 4th and the 5th year, what they learned in the 1st year became obsolete. So innovation is taking place very significantly, and that is really the biggest advantage of the startups.
Right.
That is it. So innovation, new technology, new ways of doing things, and which has led to a few things. One, automation. Two, some elimination of functions totally. And I think that with the current generation, I think they are phenomenally tech savvy and they are very intelligent, but what they lack is experience. And I think in a platform like TIE, where they can actually choose good mentors who can provide them the experience so they can avoid costly mistakes. And these mentors have achieved certain heights in life, made their mistakes, and they have turned a setback into a comeback. So I think the younger generation has a great opportunity to learn from their setbacks how they have done it and brought a comeback here.
Sure. What are the areas of improvement for the Indian startups in general that you see? Flipkarts and Snapdeals of the world came in, they became very bigger than what one could have expected. And now they have started chucking out people, and there are talks that some of these companies are also exploring mergers, So is there a lesson that one has to learn from these developments in the startup system?
Well, many startups come in with, of course, you said they're exploring possibilities of mergers and so on, and some are also exploding too. I mean, I would rather use the word exploding. But with the startups coming up today, I think there are many avenues that have opened up. Again, more into the technology side, logistics side, and what I would be cautious of is, look, globally 90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and I personally feel that what is missing is the experience. And there is another study which says that people who have worked in a company for 5 years and then started out afresh, the chances of success is much higher. So I personally feel that they ought to get a little more holistic experience in terms of finance, sales, marketing, HR, and a few other strategic planning. So why do they go out of business? Why do they so much 90% businesses fail? Because they somehow run out of steam. They're enthusiastic, but they run out of steam. So run out of steam means what? They run out of either resources or they run out of enthusiasm, and that's the time they quit and they pack up. So I think it's time that when they kick off, they should probably equip themselves a little more holistically in different areas so they can move forward and avoid costly mistakes.
Sure. What are the initiatives that the government can take to foster entrepreneurship in Indian youth?
Well, most important initiative is to provide a stable, balanced political climate. Two, they should provide a good, clean judiciary so people have a recourse whenever things go wrong, and they have to address major political issues. For every second day there are caste issues. Look at every state where there are problems running in. Communal issues running in every second day. Bharat Bandh takes place every second day. So I personally feel the government really ought to get serious in terms of providing a political, stable, balanced environment for people to come in. That is why that's the only way entrepreneurship will come up. Otherwise, they would not. Look at Economic Times. They came up with a report that in the last 12 months, 4,000 millionaires have migrated out of India. Here we are talking of startups and getting more money here, and on the other side, people are leaving India. Why should they do it? So there is something contradictory happening.
Right.
So really, I think it's time. I think these are nothing new. They must provide a proper labor structure, tax structure, and a clean environment for people to flourish and bring a better quality of life.
Sure. What lessons can an Indian startup take from UCANWIN?
Well, the only one quality that I would say, many times I'm asked, if there was only one quality that would bring success, what would it be? And my answer is, only one quality if it brings success. First of all, there's no one, it's a combination. But if there was only one, I would call it persistence. You know what persistence is? It is the ability to bounce back when you fail. So success is not measured by how high we go up in life, but how many times we bounce back when we fall down. That is success. Because if you check success stories of most people, they are all stories of great failures. And somewhere they bounced back. And they didn't give up. Whether it's Bill Gates, whether you took Steve Jobs, whether you took Michael Phelps, you took Walt Disney, you name it, each one had abundance failure, but they bounced back, and they bounced back forward. They learned from their mistakes and moved forward. But you see, wise people learn from their mistakes, but wiser people learn from other people's mistakes, because our lives are not long enough to make all of our own mistakes, and that's the key.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Khera. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.